How's everybody feeling until now? Firstly, I'd like to welcome each and every one of you here into Germany, into Berlin to attend our second Diamond Star meeting of the whole of Riway Group. Earlier we had Kenneth, we had Robert, we have Jaden coming up on stage, and they say we have to speak slower because the translator is catching up very badly. If you change the channel in the translation device, some of them is there's no pause for the translator. So, to be able to have an effective Diamond Star meeting today, as much as I can try to convey whatever message I want to convey to you at 100%, but without all our translator, our interpreter today, this meeting will never be effective. Is it correct?
Yes.
Is it correct?
Yes.
Also, I really need to borrow your hands and give all our translator interpreter the biggest round of applause. Because even if I learn how to speak German, I can only talk to a portion of the people in this room. And if I look at, so many things we did, I need to learn how to speak Polish. Because many things we did comes from Poland, including a lot of Diamond Star leaders. They comes from Poland. But if I learn Polish, I cannot communicate with the Czech, I cannot communicate with the Italian people, I cannot communicate with the Bulgarian people, I cannot communicate with those that understand English. So in Riway we always say internationally there is only two international languages. This is not by Riway. This is not a term that is created by Riway. It is proven in the whole world. International level there is only two international languages. Number one is English. Number two is Mandarin. I give you two options. You can choose English or Mandarin. You choose which one? We choose English because at least most of us we can understand. Either we understand English or through translation we can be able to understand what the person is trying to share, what the person is trying to express. So earlier, Kenneth mentioned that it's very difficult to find a company that will create such a meeting where it encompasses at least 7 translation booths behind. Before I joined Riway, I have never experienced anything like this today. I have never experienced anything like this today. When am I able to see all these translation booths, all the people wearing the headset? Where am I able to see such a vision, such an event is in the television? Whenever something big happens in the world, whenever there's a pandemic that happens in the world, the United Nations, whenever they group all the country leaders, the top leaders of every country to have a very important meeting. They will sit one big circle, and behind them is every country's different interpreter in their different language. Before I come into Riway, that is the only place in the television in the United Nations when they have a very important meeting. That is the only place where I will see so many different languages. is it that they have so many languages in the United Nations meeting? Because there is a very important message to bring across to the whole wide world. Am I right? Can you imagine if you go to a United Nations meeting and there's no translation? And they use Mandarin, hello, 你好啊, 现在很痛啊, 现在很危险啊. And if they use Mandarin, what is going to happen in that meeting? So really is we have to be able to open our eyes and also open our ears. Because other than seeing it in the United Nations, we are seeing it in Riway International also. Which means to say, Riway, we value every leader in the Euro market. Riway, we are not in Europe for fun, just to kill some time. We are serious about the Euro market. But very importantly is, I want to ask each and every one of you here, are you all serious about Riway International? Oh. I was so worried somebody would say, no, I'm not serious about Riway. I'm just here to try and see what can Riway give me in the future. Can I mention all this is because we discussed with the higher management, discussed with the Riway management, and then somehow or rather all these translation devices appear right in front of us. When I'm sitting there, I don't agree with Kenneth. Because how will Riway International know what exactly is happening in Europe if there's no one here to work with every different country's leader? The company will not know what is happening in Europe. Am I right? But this close friend that I have 20 over years, just because of one instruction, I tell him Europe will be the next market that we will have to 100% focus. I didn't tell him when, I didn't tell him how. He already arranged his air ticket to come down to Europe. Last month, February, just using 10 days, we cover 8 countries in Europe. This month, because we had to go to Japan for a very important top leaders meeting, I didn't tell Kenneth to come to Europe. We don't give schedule to our colleague. Business development is a little bit different compared to outside. Because my 6 years in Riway International as a business development, my boss, Dato Kenny, never give me any schedule to follow. Dato Kenny will never say what time you need to wake up, what time you need to sleep. No schedule. Which is why I love business development. Because I can wake up later. I'm someone that loves to sleep. So, because there's no schedule in business development, I can wake up, I don't have to wake up at 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I can wake up at 10 a.m., 11 a.m. So you will realize a lot of business development, we work very late until the night. We can work until dinner time. After dinner, we can have supper in the midnight, 1, 2 a.m. Sometimes we can go until 3, 4 a.m. Because there's so many things to discuss with each other. So because I sleep more, so I have to work later. I like this kind of lifestyle. I don't like the office boy, office girl lifestyle. The 9 to 5 p.m. I don't like. Because you have to wake up so early and after 5, and you have to do it every day. I don't like this kind of lifestyle. So this month, without planning any schedule for Kenneth, I believe the first week of March, he already come to Europe. And I didn't know that he's coming over to Europe. Schedule a lot of different meetings with a lot of our leaders of Europe. So he mentioned it's because of Riway International we have all this prepared for us today. I agree and I don't agree. I think it is more important for each and every one of us to see the kind of effort and how this person is always requesting for all the Euro leaders, always requesting for the best meeting room, always requesting for every leader. If you come from a different country, we will try to arrange a translation for you. Always trying to stand together with the leaders of Europe. Am I correct? I think we should be commended. This morning, when all the interpreters arrived, they were all looking for Kenneth. Where is Kenneth? Where is Kenneth? Where is Kenneth? How is the interpretation so far? Can you all understand the whole thing? I was just discussing with Jayden. When Riway first time we come to Europe, we had a top leaders meeting in Paris. That day I think about 4 or 5 different languages in the top leaders meeting. And then when we started the meeting, and everybody just cannot understand the interpretation. And everybody was like, yeah, I cannot hear, yeah. It was a very noisy meeting room. Because Europe is still considered a very new market back then. Nowadays, every time when we have a meeting in Europe, we will always ask the leaders, we will always ask the interpreter, how is the translation, how is the interpretation? And recently we are getting a lot of good feedbacks on the quality of the interpretation. To be able to get this quality of interpretation, I believe also because Kenneth and their relationship is very close also. And it is always the same group of people that we will observe. If you look behind, you will see a lot of familiar faces. So to be able to have a very effective meeting like today, I think we should really thank Kenneth as well as all the I believe you have met Robert. How is he sharing earlier on? Bravo. Superb. When I'm listening to his sharing, my hair stand goosebumps. Because his stories and his experience is the same as what we all go through. It's the same as many leaders when we just started off. We are doing the same thing. So I'm very grateful for someone that is in the Philippines. He is more eager than anybody to come to the Euro market. Which is why every time he didn't get his visa, he will call me and he will cry. He said, I go to the embassy, Czech Republic embassy in Philippines. They reject me again. I cannot get my visa. Every time he call me, I will feel that he didn't get his visa, he's going to cry. But one thing about his attitude is, just what he mentioned, don't give up even if the first time we didn't make it. In my eye, he tried and cannot, tried and cannot, tried and cannot, cry. But end of the day, he still managed to get his visa to come into Europe. Am I right? I believe with this person in Europe, he will be able to build a very strong base for our Euro leaders. I shared before a tower, a building. You want to build to 100 level, 200 level. It is not difficult. But what is difficult is whether you can get the foundation, the base. Are you able to get it strong enough to withstand the height of the building? No, I'm listening to the interpretation. Because standing here, I can listen to the interpretation. So that is a sign for me to move on to my next sentence. I'm very used to this kind of interpretation setup. I understand each and every one of you, how you are feeling right now. Because I was being sent to Myanmar to work with all the Burmese leaders in Riway, Myanmar. In Myanmar, they don't know Mandarin, they don't even know English. So it's 100% have to rely on interpretation. In this kind of market, they have so many successful leaders in Myanmar. Just now, Jaden mentioned China have more than 200 palaces. In Myanmar, we have about 70 palaces. And 70 palaces, there is no office, there is no license also. And they don't understand English, they don't understand Mandarin, they only understand their own country's language, which is Burmese. So what is the main difference? It's just like Jada mentioned, it has nothing to do with the country. It has a lot to do with ourselves. Whether are we able to 100% believe in the company that we are working together with. Because it doesn't matter what country you are from. Be it in Asia, be it in Europe, be it in China. Our product is the same product. Our marketing plan is the same marketing plan. Our trading is the same trading. Which means to say if Riway can be successful in one country, Riway can be successful in the whole wide world. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Which is why the foundation is very important. If you ask me how big revenue or sales Europe can create, or I ask you back this question, do you think in Europe we can create a very big sales for Riway International?
You.
Do you think it will happen? Maybe 50% say yes, 50% no, we cannot do in Europe. With this product, can you find this product somewhere else in Europe?
No.
I tried to find, I cannot find. And because this product really helped a lot of leaders all around the world. Yesterday when I met Pavel, he said, you must take care of your health. You look very tired. Do I look tired?
No.
But I'm feeling very tired. Yesterday we went back to the hotel around 2 a.m. And then I tried to sleep. 5 a.m. I wake up. Because 5 a.m. in Singapore is 12 p.m. So I keep forcing myself to sleep. I cannot maximum really. There's some jet lag between Europe and Asia. But as we were discussing with Pavel, he said you must take care of your health. For us, we are not able to buy per deal. Last month when we met with Naruzata also, the first thing we see each other, she said, oh, you don't look good. You look very tired. Are you sick? I said, no, I'm not sick, just a little bit tired. He said, you must eat per deal. You eat 4, 6, 8, eat per deal. I said, I don't have per deal. I don't have per deal with me because every month the company will give every employee of Riway 1 bottle. So last time, because I have my mother, I have my father, so if I eat 1 bottle, my mother, my father, they don't have per deal to eat. So last time we were divided by 3. I eat 20, my mother eat 20, my father eat 20. And then for me, maybe because younger as compared to my parents, the benefits that I get from the product is very energetic. That means I say if I sleep very late in the morning, 3, 4 a.m., if I consume the product and I sleep about 8 a.m., 9 a.m., I wake up very energetic. So this is my testimony. My very lousy testimony. I understand in Europe we really have a very, very big amount of very, very good testimony from Bertil, am I right? A lot of very exaggerating testimony in Europe. And all this may happen because of each and every one of you here in this room. Because you all believe in Riway, because you all believe in the product. And you all want to bring this product to everywhere in your own country and in Europe. With this, Riway International is really grateful for all Euro leaders. You all really need to give yourself a bigger round of applause. So subsequently, can I mention there will be a lot of events in Europe? We will try to bring our Riway system into Europe. What is the main reason why we want to operate with a system? Because the biggest reason why leaders can be successful today, it is not because they are very knowledgeable, they are very strong, they are very talented. Because like Robert mentioned, to come into Riway, there is no qualification. You don't have to be a degree holder, you don't have to be a professor, you don't have to need a master degree. You don't have to. You don't require all this. What's the big difference? What's the main reason why this group of people can be so successful? It's because in Riway there is a simple and perfect system. And only by mastering this system, we are able to attain duplication. So, to allow for duplication, you will need to have a system first. And every one of us here, we have to learn our Riway system. Because if you can master this system, and your group can master this system, there will be a day where you don't have to do anything. This system will continue to run. Is this the result that we all want? The biggest difference, Riway and other company, my personal opinion is, in other company, you have to work every day until the day you decided to retire. But in Riway, we don't have to work 20, 30, 40 years until the day we retire. And how to achieve this result is by mastering our Riway system. So subsequently, we will have Kenneth and Robert having a lot of training in Europe to bring over what Riway have done in Asia for the past 15 years, bring it into Europe and share with all our Euro leaders. So there will be a lot of chance to meet with our Kenneth and Robert in the near future. The more important thing is, are you all prepared to learn all this? This system will not help us, but this system will help each and every one of you here. And we just have to learn it once. We can apply it as many times as you want. So this is one of the most important fundamentals for every leader in Riway. Subsequently, our business development will be conducting a lot of training in Europe to make sure each and every one of us, we know our basic, we know our fundamentals. And then lastly, we have our Jaden today as a guest speaker. How was Jaden's speech just now?
Super.
I've known Jaden for at least 4 to 5 years in Riway. Last time when I met him, we are still quite young. 20 plus years old. Now 30 plus already. My first impression of Jaden is a little boy. I believe you all look at him, he still looks very young. But my first impression when I look at him, just a little boy. But this short 5-6 years, I see a very, very big change in Jaden. Especially when he ventures into the Euro market with Pavel and Barcelona. You know how difficult it is to bring someone from Europe all the way to Singapore. If you ask me to come to Europe to bring someone buy air ticket go to Singapore, I don't think I'll be able to do it. But because at that point of time, he really believed this product can help a lot of Euro people. He believed there's a very, very big potential in the Euro market. And ever since he embarked on this journey, every day when I get to see him, I see a very big change in him. Now he may look very young with his Berlin haircut. He may look very white, very fresh, very meaty. Oh, but trust me, the knowledge and the attitude inside him is different as compared to a lot of people. And I will always say, today, doesn't matter what group, what team we are from. This person sitting in the middle, we have to be very thankful to him. Because of Jaden, Manuzaka, and Pavel, they choose to give up 4 or 5 years ago. Today we won't even have a chance to sit in Berlin, this meeting room. So, leaders of Europe, we must be very grateful. I always believe it is fate and opportunity that we get to meet each other here today. But without all these leaders' contribution, it will not be possible. And for every one of us to be able to be seated here, attending a very long meeting, listening to the tiki-taka sound coming out from the interpretation device. The ear is so painful, it's turning red. Without all these people, we may not even have a chance to see each other. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Or we really need to give all our Riway Europe team meeting the biggest round of applause. And I myself very grateful to every leader of Europe. Because I never imagined I would be able to come to Europe. Not only come to Europe, I can have so many friends in Europe that is from different countries. Including the United States, including the UK, England. I always think that I can only have Singapore and Malaysia friends. Before I come into Riway, I only have Singapore and Malaysia friends. But because of Riway International, now I have a lot of international friends. Are we considered friends? Because I actually know your friends. So, really, we should learn to be appreciative. Because this kind of meeting, this kind of occurrence is not suddenly happen. A lot of people, they pay a very big price. They sacrifice a lot of their time. They do a lot of things that is impossible, which result in what we have today. And today is not the whole of Riway Europe. There is still a lot of Europe leaders that are not able to make it here. So for us to be able to come here, other than listening this whole meeting, absorbing and getting all the knowledge that we require, we should be very, very grateful to the person who introduced you this business. We should be very, very grateful for all our overseas leaders. We have Keith and Kenny here that is willing to come down to the Euro market to support us as well. I really, really hope we can be appreciative of all these big and small actions. So today my purpose of being in Berlin is to share with you some important meeting that is going to happen in the next 3 months. Important events that is going to happen in the whole of Riway International. So, when we talk about Riway International, we're talking about every country that is involved in the international level. So, subsequently, when I show something on the screen, you may feel, not related to Europe. that one is the Asia, that one is Jaden, they are not related to us. But I want to share with you something. When I was in Myanmar, when I shared with them international meeting, they give me the same reaction. Because last time in Myanmar, the highest ranking is only Team Elite Pegasus. And then I will always tell them, we must aim for international. You cannot assume you are from this country and you can only do this country business. Today we join this company, it's not Riway Europe. Today we join a company called Riway International. So don't restrict your market to your country. Don't restrict your market to your continent. Because Riway is an international level company. I will always tell the Burmese leader, we must fight because we are international. We must fight because we are international. And today in Myanmar, we have two Team Supreme Pegasus 9-1 rank, and they are the top 20 of the Riway International leaders. So I hope you all can use an open mind, try to bring yourself up to an international level, and see what are the events and meetings that I will be sharing later. The first meeting will be next month in April. So let me share with you the first meeting. It will be held in Hong Kong. No, you all don't need to write. You all don't need to write. Because not everybody can go. Some people can go. This is the English title of this meeting is called A Date with the CEO.
Oh.
A date with our boss, Mr. Lim Boon Hong. So it will be held in Hong Kong. So who are the invited guests that will be attending this meeting? All the Team Elite Pegasus and above, they will be heading over to this event to have a meeting with our boss, Mr. Lim. To be able to gather so many different countries' Pegasus to fly to Hong